Hey bookworms, welcome back to the channel and welcome if you're new. I'm Sam and in today's video we are going to be doing a cozy reading vlog. So I kind of been reading like a lot of romances lately and I wanted to read some books that felt really cozy, and I started like googling and looking up different videos. Two books that popped up were Lattes and Latte. This book, a lot of people saying if you like TJ Klune then you're gonna like this one. And then I got Emily Wilde's Encyclopaedia of Faeries. I don't know if it's cozy, but it feels like that. And this one I'm really nervous about. I'm not sure if I'm gonna like it. It's definitely not a type of book I'd pick up, but I mean, this cover is so beautiful. So yeah, these are the two books that I'm going to read in this video. The first book I'm going to start off with though is going to be Legends and Latte. In this book we follow a character called Viv who is done with like slaying monsters, and now she wants to open up a coffee shop in this little town that doesn't really know what coffee is. Like nobody seems to really know what it is. So yeah, it sounds really cute and apparently supposed to be really cozy, but this book's been like hyped. And I got this edition and inside, I'm like so happy about this. I think this is like the cover from the paperback one, so I'm happy. End pages, hello. So yeah, I'm going to start off with this one. But the other book that I'm going to be reading is the Emily Wilde's, oh my god, I can never say that word, Encyclopaedia for Wild Faeries, and I believe that she's writing like encyclopedia, pretty much and tells about different fairies. It says, enter the world of the hidden folk and discover the most whimsical, enchanted and heartwarming tale you'll read this year, starring Emily Wilde. So I know like there's a guy, there's maybe a romance in this, not too sure. I'm kind of going into this book not really knowing all that much about it. I feel like I want to be surprised. Just the cover makes me really want to read this one. So yeah, like I said, start with this one, finish with this one. I'm going to go and start Legends and Lattes later on today. I do have a few things to do. I will give you guys an update, I think around about 50-60ish pages in when I have some thoughts. So yeah, I'm gonna check in with you guys soon. Good morning guys, I am now 50 pages roughly into this book, Legends and Lattes. I'm I think on chapter 5, and the plot is pretty much what I said in the intro, where we're following the orc who is going to open up a coffee shop, and not too much has happened other than she's like now bought the building that she wants to turn into the coffee shop, which is like an old stable. She's hired a guy called Cal who's going to help her, and yeah, this book is super quaint, super cozy, and it just gives you all those feels to like grab a blanket, wrap yourself up and read this, because honestly, when people said this is cozy, it's cozy. I absolutely am loving it. It's just, it feels so warm, and although much isn't happening, it's still like page turning and you just want to know more. Like I'm already loving the characters. I cannot wait to read anymore. So I think, you know, I haven't really got much more to say, just because like I said, I am only 50 pages into this book. But I wanted to give you guys an update on my thoughts, because I was a little bit nervous going into this one, not sure if I was going to like it, but yeah, no. If you guys do like the book by TJ Klune, House in the Cerulean Sea, then you should definitely pick up this one, because I think you'll enjoy it. And I know it's like you're only 50 pages in, you're already saying to pick it up, but I have a good 5 for this book, like, and I'm already kind of predicting this could be a 5-star. So my partner's got to go to bed at 12 because he's doing a night shift. I think I'm going to try and get halfway through this book, and I'll give you guys like another update once I'm like read a bit more of a big chunk of it, and let you guys know my feelings and thoughts then. So I am now halfway through Legends and Latte, almost halfway through. I'm 130 pages in, and this looks like 290 something pages I think, and I am still enjoying this book so much. Like it's still got that cozy, homey feeling to it, and for me I feel like reading this book at this specific time as well is just the right time. Like I picked it up and chose to read it just because there's a lot of difficult stuff happening in my life right now with like medical things, so being able to go into a book and just feel really cozy and relaxed and just be able to be drawn into that story, this is perfect for that. So I actually didn't read yesterday when I said I was going to, because I wasn't feeling very well, and then most of the day today I've been busy, we went out, but I've been reading since about 6 PM and it's now 8:40. Like I said, I'm almost halfway through, and I almost didn't give you guys an update because I just want to continue reading, but I was like, okay girl, you need to give an update or you're gonna have to finish this entire book. So like, stuff's happening, but I can't really tell you guys, I won't ruin it. She has opened up now the little shop, and there's definitely some trial and errors going on, and she had to like work out what to do, like have some advertisements and stuff like that, and we got to meet some really great characters. There are honestly characters in this book that I'm already in love with. Like they're just some of my favourite characters, especially a character called Thimble. He's like a little rat, and he doesn't really say much, but I love him. Like, oh my god, I love all the characters in this book. Our 3 main characters I just love it so much. Like I don't really know what else to say, because could this potentially be a new favourite? I mean, yeah, it is honestly feeling like that. And do I dare say, could this book potentially be on the list for my top 10 books of 2023? I think so. I think this book could be a contender. But I mean, we got a whole year. So like, am I getting ahead of myself? Maybe. But then again, last year I read a book and it ended up being in January, and ended up being on my top 10. And the same as last year, actually. I think No X I read in like January, February. So I really feel like this is going to be on there. So if any of you read this like last year, did this be on your top 10 or was it not? If you've not read this though, you got to pick up. Like, I know I'm only halfway through, but I don't think you're going to be disappointed. And I literally want to shut up now so I can go and continue reading for a little bit, because like, I love it. I'm so glad to everybody like talking about this book. I would not have picked it up otherwise. I'm going to go and finish this book. I'm probably going to try and finish it tomorrow, and then I will let you guys know my final verdict and what I thought, and with it 5 stars, but I reckon it will be. So we're gonna find out. I ended up giving Legends and Lattes 5 stars. It was so well deserving. Oh my god, this book was just everything. I now understand why people love this. I think from the very beginning of this book though, I just knew I was going to. I loved being able to imagine that I was there, imagine them making the coffees, and I loved them writing up on the chalkboard on the like all the new stuff that they were selling and the prices. It was just so perfect. There was something that happened in this book that I definitely did not expect. Yeah, that definitely shocked me, and I felt so sorry for the character. But I really adored the ending of this book, and in general this was just absolutely great. If you've not read it, you have to go and pick it up, like seriously. I believe this author's actually bringing out a prequel, so I think we're following like Viv before this, and it has to do bookshops, and that comes out I think November. I'll put the date up here somewhere. So yeah, 5 stars. So happy. Oh my god, this book just made me incredibly happy. And now we're going to move on to next one, because I finished this one last night and I haven't read all day because I've been really busy, been going out, we're looking to get like an electric wheelchair, and then we ended up going out for dinner, and I ended up buying 2 new books, which I basically got a Table Drinker 3 book for £5 from the works, and then I ended up getting a book called The Couple at the Table Next to Us for £4 in Debate Smith. I will show you, but I really can't be bothered to get like. I'm now going to start Encyclopaedia of Faeries. I don't know how much I'm going to get read tonight, but once I get to around 50-60 pages, I will let you guys know my thoughts. I am 60 pages into this book and I'm enjoying it so far. Our character Emily has ventured over to Norway in this like little city, I believe it's a real city, and she's staying at this like little cottage, and there's like a fireplace, and it's starting to snow, so it's very cozy because of that feeling, like you just get a really warm cozy feeling when you're reading it. She's got her dog Shadow with her, which oh my god, love it. Our character Emily's a little bit awkward because she's not really a people's person, so the villagers that are normally probably really nice, it's just really awkward with them. So yeah, and she's sort of like doing research on fairies there. She's ventured out and she actually come across her first fairy, which is like this really small one, and it's so cute the way it's described. I was like, oh my god. But it talks about how you've got to be curious because they can be up to no good, and then she talks about how there are some that are just damn right, you know, you can't trust them, they're not very nice. So we're starting to learn like all that, and there's something happening like with the villagers, like I believe like it seems like villagers are disappearing, so there's like a little bit of a mystery. And then we have her academic rival slash oh my god, slash interest, Barnaby? I can't say his name. So they're kind of rivals, and he's kind of like, to the point where I just got in the book is where he's just turned up out of the blue, and she's not really happy about this, but at the same time she's not angry. So that's interesting. But one of the things that's really interesting is that Emily thinks he could be a fairy. Like, she kind of gave reasons, but that's something like I really want to venture into more and find out about. Like, is he? So we don't really know, like, is his friendship with her true, and does he really care, or is this friendship completely fake? So that's interesting as well. Also, we get like these little footnotes from her, like I think it's her journal or something. It's not like it's constant, so there's not too many of them. It's a few, and it's enough not to annoy you, and they're kind of interesting because normally I don't like that, just because it's normally written really small and I struggle. But because there's not much of them and it's not like every single page, I don't mind it. I really like the writing style. Like, the writing style I'm loving. I am enjoying the whole cozy setting, and I am intrigued to know what's going on. Like, I want to know what other fairies she's going to meet, but I also want to know what's going on with this Barnaby character. Like, I'm saying his name, is it Bambly? I'm going to put the name up here because like I'm butchering it despite the fact I'm reading this. But yeah, I want to know, is he a fairy? I don't know. Like, I'm not bored, but I don't have like that 5-star feeling yet. I feel like I need to get to the halfway mark in order to have more of an opinion of this book. With Legends and Lattes, I instantly was in love, but this one has a bit more to it, I'd say. There's other stuff going on. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do, is try to get to the halfway point or more tonight, but not too much because I have to give you guys an update. I do need to finish this book by tomorrow, and I don't know if that's going to happen because it depends on my body. If I'm like going through something where my body's just having like convulsions and I'm in pain, I'm not going to be able to. So I have posted on my community page that if that happens and I don't get time to do it, then there'll be a new video next week and then this video will be at the end. I am going to try to get this video up still for next week, but I just don't want to rush read something, like, because then it takes you out of that moment and you can't really enjoy it. I think I'm just going to read and watch videos and hopefully get to a halfway mark at least. Also, I can't be able to grab them. I bought the Truly DVR series, the first 3 books. They were £19 or free, so I saved like £5. And I'm thinking about doing like a video where I read them for the first time and bring you guys along on the journey, but that video wouldn't be going up until March. Anyway, it's currently 5:45, so I've got the rest of the evening. I'm not going to be going to bed until like 1ish anyway because I'm waiting for my partner to get home. So I think I could get I could get a big chunk of this read, and I will give you guys another update when I'm halfway through. It's the next day, it's about 4 o'clock, and last night I did attempt to get to the halfway mark, and I kind of did, and unfortunately I ended up DNFing the book, which is, I did not want to do this because it's for reading vlog. It's like, you know, I want to get both books read. However, going into this book, I was pretty much aware that this might be something I didn't like, but I really like the cover, and I was like, everyone's talking about this book, so I'm gonna get it and I'm just gonna see. So I am glad that I still gave this book a chance. I don't currently have the book because I took it back so I get like money onto a voucher or something. If you guys are still wanting to read this book, I would say definitely go ahead, because just because I didn't like it doesn't mean you guys aren't going to like it. I was reading last night and at first I was like enjoying this book, and as I started going on and on into the book, I realised that I was just becoming disconnected. The story wasn't really connecting. I just didn't really care, and it felt like it was just going around like a roundabout. You know, the cottage, she's going to doing her work, back to the cottage, tavern, cottage. I don't know, I thought we'd have a lot more fairies at this point involved. The one that she first met wasn't mentioned again until like way later, and then there was something that happened in the book. At the beginning of the book, she pretty much says that she believes that the one character has this secret, which I've already said in the previous clip. Something happens that I felt like could have been a twist, like a plot twist for the book. In fact, this happens pretty quickly in the book and it's not really done in a way that's like shocking, but I felt like it could have been a plot twist. And this book is basically just for her doing her job, and I found the cat to be kind of annoying at points. Like, nobody, I know it, like, I'm awkward, but I would never be awkward to the point where I'm rude, and it just came across like she's a little bit rude. Yeah, I really tried, and I was going to force myself to continue reading, and then I thought, you know what, I've always said I'm not enjoying something, like I'm really not enjoying it, to DNF. Of course, I have read books before where I've gave 2 stars. I've managed to read them because I really wanted to know what's going to happen, if it could get better, and I've been able to push through that. But with this book, I really felt like I'd forced myself, which is, the thing is this book isn't awful. Compared to some books I've gave 2 stars, this book isn't that bad, but I do feel like if I had finished it, I wouldn't have enjoyed it. I don't know what the rating would have been, and I could have got into a reading slump. And the fact is, it's like, I'm dealing with like a lot of pain with my body, and I'm trying to push through that so I can read, and I felt like this isn't worth, like, I was really hoping this one was going to take me by surprise, and unfortunately it just didn't. But yeah, like I said, you guys should definitely still read it if you're interested, because you're probably going to like it just because I didn't. All in all, I feel like this video was still somewhat a success because Legends and Lattes was a 5-star. I still got like a new favourite book out of this, and yeah, we got DNF, but the first part of this video, we read Legends and Lattes, and that book really was worth the hype. So yeah, the video's going to end here obviously, and you have to let me know if you read the book. Did you love it? Which either one of them? Did you not like them? It'd be good to know your thoughts. But for now, I'm going to say bye, and until next time. What the f? That is cold. It's like 0 degrees. So yeah, until next time, I'm going to say bye, and I'll see you in the next video. What am I doing that for?